Hello guys, it's me Simo Orahara, and in this video we will delve into one of Kubo's answers regarding Zero Squad by exploring the history of this mysterious squad, which is said to be composed of the most powerful and skilled Shinigami in all of the Soul Society. Additionally, we will discuss the requirements and the process for joining this unique squad. But before we start guys, don't forget to support the video with your likes to increase its reach so other fans can see it, and if you can move your fingers in this cold weather, write a comment. And as always, a big thanks to my supporters, either on my channel membership or on Patreon. I appreciate your support guys. It has a great impact on keeping the flow on this channel. So back to our topic, this fan says that the members of Zero Squad are assigned to one of the 5 areas in the Royal Palace. So if a new member is appointed, is a new region created, or is the number originally limited to 5 members? And Kubo's answer was clear. The number of members of Zero Squad is limited to 5. So as you can see guys, this organization that guards Rio cannot exceed 5 members. Personally, questions have always come to my mind, such as has there been 5 members in this squad since the beginning, and can others be added to them, especially if we look at the principle upon which a Shinigami is accepted to be a member in the Zero Squad, which is basically based on the fact that any member must have invented something in the Soul Society. Then, and this is the most important thing, that person must obtain Ryu's approval that he has done something that makes him part of the history of the Soul Society. As you can see, there must be approval from Ryu. Of course, the first condition is known. Ichibi has the ability to name things, and he's the one who named the Zanpakuto as well as the Shikai and Bankai and several other phenomena. Nimaya invented the Zanpakuto, and Shinji Maro the Shihakusho, and Kirinji Kaido. Then the temporary souls was invented by Hikifune, and these are all fundamental inventions that changed the history of the Soul Society, especially the ability to name things, or the Zanpakuto, which is considered the main weapon of the Shinigami, or the healing art of Kirinji, with which Shinigami's wounds are treated. But the second condition, which is that Ryu acknowledged them as a part of the history of the Soul Society, is something that remains mystery to me, given the position that Ryu was in from the beginning. Meaning, how does Ryu give his approval? Is it, for example, by the flow of his power or the signals he gives when he wakes up? Or is Ichibi the one taking care of this matter? Or does Room 46 have a recommendation from Ryu to promote the Shinigami to Zero Squad? I mean, as I said, this matter remains somewhat mysterious to me, especially we don't know on what basis 5 people were identified and not more. For example, if a Shinigami appeared with a unique invention, and his invention changed a lot in the Soul Society, and this Shinigami had enough power to guard Ryu, wouldn't it be possible to promote him as a 6th member within Zero Squad? That's why I think there may be a good reason why the number is fixed on 5, and I have an idea about this matter. Some of you may have thought about it as well. What if the possessions of Zero Squad are in fact the possessions of the 5 ancestors of the noble families, the ancestors who sailed Ryu? According to what Ichibi said in the novel, were 5: Tsunayashiro, Kuchuki, Shohin, Shiba, and another person we don't know who is. So they are 5 like the number of Zero Squad members. Isn't it possible that after the ancestors sealed Ryu, they lived in those cities where the members of Zero Squad currently reside? In my opinion, this is very likely, because I always think, what happened to the ancestors? How could they not benefit from Ryu's power? And the simplest example is benefiting from the Oken, which gives the members of Zero Squad a kind of immortality. So it is possible that those advantages that the 5 ancestors took from Ryu are specified, and that's why that number cannot be exceeded. And therefore we might say, based on that possibility, that a new member cannot be accepted, except if one of the members is unable to carry out his duties, which is something I don't think is possible to happen. It is enough to know that Ichibi is more than 1,000,000 years old. Nimaya is thousands of years old, and perhaps more. Moreover, they have the Oken inside their bones, which gives them a kind of immortality. But as I said, limiting the number to 5 people may have something to do with those 5 ancestors. Because I find it strange how 5 members have 5 large cities. In the anime, we barely saw people other than Ichibi and the rest, so much so saw those brothers who work with Kirinji, and the Zanpakuto girls that works with Nimaya in his palace. There is also male members. As for the other servants we saw in the manga, they have not appeared in the anime yet, because the studio changed the scene of Ryu's awakening. In the manga, we saw one of the servants saying, "Are you awake, Ryo?" While in the anime, it was Ichibi. Then later on, they appeared in the manga, but dead, after Yūhara killed them. So it appears that they are the ones charged with either guarding Ryo or saving him inside the cocoon. So that's maybe their role, if Kubo hadn't changed their role and deleted them from the story. And as long as we're talking about the Zero Squad, I wanted to share with you this page from the first data book, which contains the tree of the organizations of the Soul Society. For example, we can see the royal family, because this term of royal family was mentioned the first time by Matsumoto. And later became clear to us that the royal family is in fact one person, which is Ryo. And Ryo, I wouldn't say that he has direct control, but he has direct connection with two organizations, which are Zero Squad, which has been described as an organization that provides services to the royal family and has powerful combat and organizational capabilities than the rest of the other organizations. As for Rome 46, it has connection with the royal family as well, but it is not known exactly what the nature of the relationship between Rome 46 and Ryo is, but it can be said that he's like legislative council that makes decisions in Ryo's name, regardless of whether they actually come from him or not, since Ryo is just a symbol in the Soul Society, especially as we see that Rome 46 controls all the important organizations in the Soul Society, whether the Secret Force as well as the Kiryu Squad and the Gote 13. But the strange thing here is, when we read the definition given to the first division of the Gote 13, we will find that it was mentioned that Yamamoto is the founder of Gote 13. And this is somewhat strange thing, given that this data book was published in 2006, to the point that I found that some people doubted the validity of the translation, given that Yamamoto talked about the Okin's location being transferred verbally from one leader of the Gote 13 to another. Of course, this doubt was before the matter officially appeared in the manga in chapter 511. So it will be something interesting about how Kubo had this concept from the start, of Yamamoto being the founder of the Gote 13. In the end, guys, I wish we can get the past of some members of Zero Squad. I'm not gonna be greedy to say that I want all the backgrounds of the Zero Squad members, but at least two of them. And if I'm gonna choose two people, I would choose Ichibi, because knowing his past will uncover a lot of things, like the nature of the original world and where Ichibi came from. And second, I want the background of Kirinji. I want to know how he met Unohana and how she learned from him the Kaido and got the possession of the 4th division. And as you can see, guys, the background of each member of Zero Squad has a link to other important characters in the story. And that is where lies the importance of the background of Zero Squad members. In the end, guys, tell me what you think about Kubo's answers, about this topic in general, and see you guys in my next video.